This is video number 2 in the Glass Art magazine cover series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add text to the project that you created when you watched video number 1. First of all, you need to open Adobe Illustrator and then open the file that you made for the last video. To do that, go ahead and click on this File Explorer down here at the bottom. It's a little yellow file folder. And scroll down on the side until you find your drive. It should have your name on it. Click it to select it and then find the folder that you made. My folder is called Magazine, so I'll double click on the yellow part to open that. And the first image that's in here is called Colored Glass Cover. That's my photograph and it's a JPEG file. And the second document that's in here is my magazine file, and it is an Adobe Illustrator project. Now the other image that will eventually be in here is my UPC code. So everything that is placed inside the magazine file that's an image must be inside this folder together with everything else. So select your magazine Adobe Illustrator file and double click it to open that. I've already done that and I have it open right here. The next thing that I'm going to do is look for the toolbox and choose this T, which is the type tool. I will click and drag a box in the area where I would like for my text to go. And you notice that I clicked and dragged a little lower than the black line because I have to be inside of that black line because I don't want my text to get cut off by the margins. So Adobe Illustrator has placed some placeholder text inside here. So I am simply going to write Glass Art, and I'm choosing to make mine all caps for now. I could change it later. And that is pretty small. So what I'm going to do is change the size of it. To do that, I'm going to click and drag sideways to select the text and then go over here to the Properties panel. If your Properties panel is not open, simply go to Window, open it, and on this alphabetical list, find Properties, click that, and it will pop open on the side. So in the Properties panel, I can change the color of the fill, the color of the stroke, the type of font, and I can change the size of it. So right here I'm going to open up the size menu and notice that it goes only to 72, but 72 is not quite large enough. So I'm actually going to click and drag to select the 72, and from experience I know that 110 is approximately the right size for my title. So I'll put that value in there and then hit the enter key, and you can see that that's a nice size. Now also down here under this paragraph selection, I'm going to choose to center this. Now here on the fonts that are offered, these are a lot of the default fonts that come with the program, but oftentimes I like to choose a special font to go with my projects. So I would like for you to do the same thing. In Google Classroom, under the Glass Art magazine cover assignment, I left a link for you to a website called DaFont. Please click that and it takes you to this great website that has lots of fonts that you can download. So you can click on any of these categories and see many very interesting looking fonts. Choose one that you like. The font should be large and bold and readable. So the font that I chose was called Unicorn. So what I need to do is click this download button, and for a student it will automatically go to your downloads folder, but as a teacher I have the option of selecting where it will go. So I'll scroll up on the side here and choose downloads and click save. To access that, go back to your File Explorer, scroll up on the side, choose the downloads folder, and you'll notice that it has the little file folder, but it has a zipper on it. that means that this is a compressed file, and what you need to do is unzip it. To do that, simply right-click over the little yellow folder icon and choose Extract All. This is showing you where it's going to be saved. So it's going to be saved on my drive in the Downloads folder under a folder called Unicorn 1. That's good, so I'll extract that, and it popped open automatically. I will double-click to open this file and simply click the Install button. I've actually already installed Unicorn on my computer, but that's okay. I'm going to replace it anyway. So I'll click Yes, and you can see that it just takes a few seconds for most fonts to install. So now that I have that, I can go ahead and close out of these various things and go back to my Illustrator file. Now on my list of fonts here, I simply scroll down to the U section and find Unicorn. And there we go. So it turns out that 100 looks like it was a little bit too, 110 looks a little too large, because you'll notice that my art disappeared. So let me change that. Let's try 105 and hit enter. Okay, there we go. Now, I think that's a little bit too high, so I'm going to select the selection tool and click and drag to move that down a little bit. Now what I'd like to do is try different options for the color of my title. So if I look over here at the very bottom of my toolbox, I can see that my fill color is set to black, and right now I have nothing set for the stroke. There are many ways to change these colors. I'm going to show you one way, and that is by using the swatches. So here under the Windows menu, click to open that, scroll down on the alphabetical list and click on Swatches. Here's my Swatches panel. These are the default colors, but there's not very many options. So what I'm going to do is open this little side menu here and choose Open Swatch Libraries, Color Books, and here's a big list of different palettes that you can choose from. Two palettes that I like are Pantone Solid Coated and True Match. Today I'm going to choose True Match. So here is a huge selection of colors, and you can open up this palette by clicking and dragging on this bottom part of the panel. So lots and lots of color options available. So with my fill selected on top, I can simply start clicking on any of these that I like and choose one that I think looks good. So I'll stick with that one for now, that nice purple color. Now I want to put a stroke around that. A stroke is an outline. So to do that, I need to click to bring my stroke option forward so that that little box is on top. And I'm going to close this. Now I can start clicking my different options. So there's a magenta stroke, but it's a little bit small and I can't see it very well. So I'm going to change the size of that. And the way that I can do that is to look over here in my Properties panel, find the word stroke, and this is the size. Right now it's on size 1. Let me try size 2. I think that's just right. So I can continue to click on different color combinations until I find one that I like. What I would like is something that's bold and readable and looks good with the color of my objects. So I might experiment a little bit more with that. But this is a pretty good start. So what you should do is go ahead and save this file, and in the next video I will show you how to add the other text and the UPC symbol. That's it for this video.